Lawyers who let a chatbot write their homework, then lied about it. A personal injury case, nothing dramatic on its own. A man claimed a metal serving cart hit his knee on a flight back in 2019, and his lawyers filed a legal brief citing several previous court decisions to support the argument. Six with names like Varghese versus China Southern Airlines, Martinez versus Delta. Real sounding courts, real sounding dates, proper legal citation formatting, everything a judge expects to see. Every single one of those 6 cases was completely invented. Not misquoted, not slightly wrong. They never existed anywhere, ever. A chatbot had generated them from scratch, complete with fake reporter citations, because that's what a language model does when you ask it a question with total confidence and no way to check its own homework. It doesn't say, "I don't actually know of a case like that." It writes you a beautifully formatted one that sounds exactly right and is entirely fictional. Here's where this stops being a simple, embarrassing mistake and becomes something considerably worse. The opposing side pointed out that these cases didn't exist anywhere in any legal database on Earth. The lawyers did not immediately say, "You're right. We're terribly sorry. This was an error." One of them filed an affidavit attaching what he claimed were actual excerpts from these court decisions, also generated by the same chatbot. They doubled down under oath on evidence that had never existed in the first place, and only began telling the truth after the judge formally demanded an explanation for why they shouldn't be sanctioned. Judge, understandably unimpressed, fined the 2 attorneys and their law firm a combined $5,000 in June 2023, which, in the context of a career-damaging public sanction from a federal judge, is almost a rounding error. The real cost wasn't the fine. It was becoming the case every law student now studies as the cautionary tale, the one where the computer sounded very confident, turned out to be worth precisely nothing in front of an actual judge holding an actual book of actual case law. What's genuinely remarkable is how avoidable the whole thing was. Every single one of those 6 fake cases could have been checked in minutes using the same legal databases lawyers have used for decades. Nobody did. The tool sounded authoritative. The citations were formatted correctly, and formatting, it turns out, is a very convincing disguise for content that is entirely made up. This single ruling did more to change how courts treat artificial intelligence than almost anything else that's happened since. Dozens of federal courts introduced new disclosure rules afterward, requiring lawyers to declare when and how they'd use these tools in preparing filings, not because the technology is inherently untrustworthy for every task, because one very confident chatbot and 2 lawyers who trusted it more than they trusted a law library proved in the most public way possible exactly what happens when nobody bothers to check.